Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sandra and today I have come here to sit down and talk to you guys. Not really a get ready with me, definitely a makeup look. So I'm going to be using my Jeffree Star Alien Palette once again. I'm going to be creating an entirely different look than I did the first time. And today I was kind of editing and I was watching YouTube at the same time, and all of a sudden a video by Tati came up and it was using the Found Concealer by Tarte, this guy here, and it inspired me to do my makeup, and I really wanted to use mine, but this shade is 42N Tan Neutral, and it is just so dark on me right now. I've done a test on my jaw here, and it's just really dark, and now I'm like, oh, I really want to try it out, but I can't pull it off, especially wearing a tank top today. So instead, I don't want to say settled, but I am going to use instead my L'Oreal Pro Matte 24-hour Infallible Pro Glow. Sorry, did I say Pro Matte? Totally meant Pro Glow. So it's, I don't even know if it's similar to the Tarte Found Concealer. Probably not, but I need to use this because I'm feeling kind of like in a glowy mood today. So we're going to start off with a glowy primer, of course. So I'm going to use this Becca Backlight Priming Filter Primer. And I don't know how much is left in this little tube because it is a smaller, well, I still have some product. It is a smaller kind of size, so it's really super affordable. And I'm just going to put the product all over my face. So this one, I want to say it smells like citrus, but it doesn't. It just has a really nice, clean scent and not overwhelming at all. And this does not have like sparkly in it at all. It's just a really nice glow effect. And you can kind of see a sheen on my fingers, but nothing like ridiculously crazy. And when I go in, I'm going to use an actual foundation brush because I feel like using a brush today instead of my normal sponge. So let's get some product. And now normally I would put this in the back of my hand, but I'm just going to put it on my brush because it drives me crazy when I have makeup on my hand. And this shade's probably too light for me too. I kind of realized that whenever I use this brush, I always forget how much I like it. I'm so used to using my either my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge or this one from Avon that I'm going to be using today. And I like those applications because it goes on, I don't want to say like completely sheer, but it just adds a little bit of moisture in the skin. It makes it look a little bit more natural. And this, I forget every single time until I use this brush again how much I like the brush application. So my recommendation to you is to kind of play around with it, like get the sponge, get a brush, and just you know, do one side of your face with the brush, one side with the sponge, and see how much, like which side you like better. And again, for different looks, different like date night type things, you're going to want different applications as well. This brush feels so soft and silky smooth on my skin. It feels so good. And the shade that I used was called Sand Beige, so it actually is supposed to be a little bit darker, and I still feel like when you look at my neck compared to my face, it looks completely natural, but my head is so much darker. So it is nice though because it evened out my complexion, so my skin is all one color. Obviously under eyes are still really dark, but we will fix that up with some Magic Star concealer. And yeah, this was, I say 207 Sand Beige, so just for reference. There we go. Okay, enough is enough, Sandra. Done blending. Time for a little drinky poo. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to bronze the skin today. So I'm going to have like a light bronze look. But I'm going to really lighten the under eye, so I'm using the lightest, or one of the lightest shades I have. I've got C8 and C13, so C8 is really light, but C13 has more of a, less of a yellow undertone than C14. So just under the eye today. There we go. There. Looks hot. I'm going to take this sponge. I have an itchy spot on my nose and I don't want to scratch my makeup off. And let's blend. And I'll bring some up onto the eye as well. I feel like this hardly took any blending out at all. Like it just happened so fast. Like one little swipe with the sponge and you were done. Can we stop and smell the powder right now? Delicious. So can you guess? I'm using my Jeffree Star Magic Star powder in beige. And we will do a bake, just a small one. I was going to go into the darker powder today, but I changed my mind. Looking good. Okay, I need to stop smelling it. I'm going to take my, my F20. I'm just going to use the remaining powder and gently buff it into the rest of my makeup to set my foundation. And this was a very glowy foundation. And it still kind of looks like glowy. I like it. Okay, let's gently buff out the eye area so it's not really like a full bake because I didn't leave it for very long. That's okay. So next I'm going to do eyebrows. I'm switching it up today. And with eyebrows, I don't want to do a dark eyebrow like I usually do, like I've been used to doing. I want to do something a little bit lighter. So I'm going to use a new product today. I am still going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Whiz in medium brown. And this is basically just to outline the brow, just to kind of show where I want to add the next product. So I bring it up on top of where like the tallest hairs of my eyebrow end. Oops, not the tallest. That doesn't make any sense. And just fill in any sparse areas at the top, and then I do the same on the bottom. Okay. I'm not even going to brush them out. And I'm going to use the same brush that I used for my Dip Brow Pomade. But I'm using this Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. And this is the shade Blonde. So it's very, very light compared to what I've been using. So I'm going to use my brush. And I'm going to dip it in the product on that end, which I hate. And just fill in my brows. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Okay, so yes, I used the blonde shade, and it kind of looks like, obviously it looks a lot more natural. It's not quite as dark, and it's just this weird product. I hate the brush on the end of it, but if, as long as you use your own little brow brush, it works perfect. We're going to go in with the bronzer. So again, I'm not contouring at all today. I'm going to use my Physicians Butter Bronzer. I'm going to use my F30 powder brush by Sigma, of course, and get a lot of powder on that brush and just bronze up my cheek. Oops. So this powder is very light for me. It is not that dark, so I feel comfortable going in with a lot on my brush. But for someone with really fair skin, start with a little bit and work your way up. And so I am kind of leaving the eye area lighter. Usually I bring the bronzer from my nose down to like right here, but today I'm just going to leave it on the apples of my cheeks and then further down. And actually, with the glowy foundation that I use today, I kind of like the shimmer that this has, and it's not like a sparkle or like a complete shimmer. It's just like a very, very light satin finish, which I like. It's really, really pretty. Okay. And then we are just going to add a touch of blush, and I'm going to use my Benefit Dallas blush. So it's not a pink blush at all. It is definitely more of a robust brownie, bronzy shade, like a rose bronze. So I'm just going to go in very lightly, tap off the brush, smile, and that is about it. And I'm actually, I wasn't going to, I changed my mind. Wow, I've been so indecisive recently. I'm just going to top that a little bit with this Too Faced Peach blush, the Papa Don't Preach. No, Papa Don't Peach. And it smells good. And I really like this color combination. My Benefit Dallas blush with this Papa Don't Peach. It's really, really pretty together. And done and done. Moving on to shadow. See, I really like this. It just looks so natural. I really like the way my face looks right now. But I also really want to go in and do this Alien Palette look for you and for me, because I'm going to go to the grocery store and wow everybody with my awesome eye makeup. So I'm going to go in, and I am not going to start, ooh, what should we start with? Well, I guess we primed our lids. So we're going to go in with a large fluffy brush. I'm just going to use my Sigma E40 Tapered Blending. I'm going to go in with, actually I lied guys, sorry. I'm going to use my E50 Fluff Brush, go in with Tighten, and put Tighten all over the lid. I'm going to go in with that deep purple shade today, so I really want to have a good powdery base just so the shadows blend. I don't know how that purple one's going to blend out. Okay, next for transition color, I'm going to go in with Gravity. Didn't I call it Gravitea before? Yeah, it's Gravity. Wow. Gravity. Kind of like the tea, what was it called? A mint tea in the Blue Blood palette, but it's like minty, but with mint tea. Yeah. Okay. So I know exactly what I want to do, and I think what we're going to do is bring this, we're going to start with the crease for this transition, but then bring it up a little bit higher, and we're going to add one more darker shade to the crease, and then I'm going to go in with the purple shade on the outside, kind of lower crease area. So let's bring this Gravity up even higher. And again. looks really pretty. Just again, make sure when you're using any colors, don't be afraid to put, even if it's more of a brown transition shade on. I mean, it depends what look you're going for. The last time I did a blue eye look with the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette, I totally went in with a blue right off to start in the crease, and that is okay as long as it's kind of a lighter color. But I like to start sometimes with neutrals because it just blends in better with your skin color, my skin color. Okay, so now I'm going to take an E35, which is a little bit of a smaller brush. It's another tapered blending. And you can see where I've brought this up. I only have like a very thin line underneath my eyebrow of my actual skin color. I'm going to go in with Phone Home now, tap off the brush, and just keep this shade a little bit lower. So I'm not going to bring it up as high. Keep it more concentrated in the crease. Add a little bit to the other eye. And you can really see how that's darkened it up. And this is that mauve shade that I was telling you about when I did the swatches for this palette. And that is a very neutral look. So, I mean, you can totally pull off a neutral look with this palette. And I could add the black to the outer corner and just make it a neutral look. But I've already done a neutral look with the Blood Sugar palette. So, you guys, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to swatch either the Blue Blood or the Blood Sugar, but I'm totally going to do that for you on my next videos for both of them when I do them, because I will do a different look with each of them. I mean, there are so many looks you can do, and you can combine these shadow palettes. Like, there's so many things you could do. Makeup is so much fun. Okay, so now we're going to go in with an E25 because I'm going to go in with the purple. It's kind of a shame I already did my makeup. I always just do that. I do my makeup first. But when I use these dark shades, I really shouldn't. So you can see, holy, totally going to tap off the brush on that one. And it's still really pigmented. Okay, I'm going to start by applying the color, and I'm just packing it on here to the outside corner of my eye and kind of round out the outside corner and bring it up into the crease a tiny bit, but going no further than the middle of the eye. And I'm not wetting this because I really want it easier to blend out. So I'm just going to continue going in with the color, tap off the brush, and keep packing it on. So do not blend it out. At this point, we will go back in and blend with the previous brush, which had the shade Phone Home on it. Wow, that is purple. Now we're going to copy this on this other eye here. And there is a little bit of fallout, but it's not bad because we are tapping off the brush and we are packing the color on as opposed to using a swiping motion. So all of those help to reduce fallout. I feel like this eye blended out better than the other eye. I'm going to go back in with my E35 and blend up here into the transition color. And I feel like as soon as I blend it out, the color disappears. So I really don't want to wet the brush because once I do, it'll be hard to get it out of the brush. It'll be hard to blend it out, but I think we might have to here. I Make It Dewy by Milani setting spray. It worked really well the other day. So go into UFO again, which is again that gold green color. Here we go. It might have worked really well with my finger too, but again, I don't like getting product on my fingers. Into the shade once more. And I'm just going to bring it on the lower lash line here and blend it up into the one on top. And I'm just going to bring out the color a little bit. I'm not bringing it all the way into my eye. So just about halfway, and then I'm just going to flick my flat definer downward just to blend on the lower lash line a tiny bit. And I feel like the product is coming off on the top again. It's really, really difficult to work with. I'm going to try using Interstellar. See what that looks like. I'm just going to take a small brush, if I can find a clean one. So let's use this little pencil brush by Sigma. Interstellar here. And it's kind of gold white shade, which is actually really pretty. There we go. Okay, so then we are going to do lashes and we will be right back. Alright you guys, mascara is all done and I just wanted to show you which mascara I used. It is this L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara in Mystic Black. So this is apparently a dupe for the Better Than Sex. Mine, I had to really work at it, so I mean, they may look really dark, but I had to put on lots of coats and it's kind of flaking off of my cheeks, so maybe it's time for a new one, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to quickly go in with highlight here. And I'm going to use my small Morphe brush, so this is the Morphe M510, and I am going in with my Mary Lou by the Balm, and on looks like this is my favorite kind of neutral highlighter. And the more I'm looking at this eye look, I know I struggled with the purple shadow like a lot, but I really like the way it looks. So I'm kind of all about the skin right now. I love the way my skin looks, and I really like that darker transition color kind of in the crease. Like this eye looks kind of messed up right here and it's bugging me, but I'm afraid that if I touch it, I'm gonna mess up the purple on the lid. There we go. Okay, so now for lips. And you'll notice I did not line the upper lash line. I was going to, and I haven't been really liking that lately, so I just like showcasing with mascara, and with this mascara is really dark, so it really kind of defines your lash line just by darkening the lashes, if that makes sense. So I'm going in with my Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in 09 Spice. Okay, so it was just a light line, and now I'm actually going to go in with a MAC lipstick, which I haven't actually used a lot on my channel, and this is the Cream Sheen Creme de Nude. So a very nude light color, which I love, and I don't really want a matte look today. My lips are a little dry, so I want a cream formula. There we go. Right. So now let's just give our face a spray with some makeup setting spray, and I'm going to just use my Milani Make It Dewy. And this has a really nice smell too. So the eye look ended up being kind of like a sexy, I don't want to say golden, it's like, I don't know, like maybe it's just me, but I can't really even tell that it's like purple on my eyes. Like if I close my eyes, it looks like a big mess there. That purple was so hard to blend out, but just like this, it looks just really, really pretty. I'm really liking the skin. I like how I bronzed the skin, so that butter bronzer, I remember when I first bought it, I didn't love it. And I think I'm going to use it more because it kind of gives your face, like, I mean, the highlighter helped because I did put on my Mary Lou, and it just kind of looks like a dewy, glowy finish, and I really like this. Like, it's really growing on me a lot. And I just wanted to show some more looks using the Alien Palette. And I mean, I think it's really versatile. Like there's lots of different looks you can make in here. There's a couple of dark greens you can use to have like a really dark green, and you can use like the grays to kind of add some cool looks and tones. But I'm kind of like looking at this, like when I do a yellow look, I really like that mustard color. I don't know what it is, but and I also enjoy having like a lighter brow because it's not so dark and it makes the eyes look a little bit darker, I guess. So anyway, this is the completed look. So you guys let me know what you think, and we will talk to y'all next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.